Yo, what is up, guys? It's your boy Quaquad here, and welcome back to another episode of WWE Supercard. And as you guys can tell, it is a ring domination Mankind, and it has started earlier today. And everyone kind of saw this coming because they gave us that really early teaser last weekend of like a quarter of the sock that was like in a really blurred out image, and everyone just kind of pieced it together and realized that it was Mankind. So I'm not shocked that it's Mankind because obviously that teaser kind of gave it away. Obviously, it's a point of a teaser. So I'm actually really happy that it's Mankind because I've been wanting a Mankind card in this game for so long. And obviously, we just got our first ever Mankind card in this game like a month ago with when they introduced the throwback packs. But I did not feel like trying to get him. I could have got him because I did open up throwback packs, but I just didn't get lucky enough to get him. So other than that, there hasn't really been a Mankind card in this game, and obviously the only way to get him out of the throwback packs was to purchase a crap ton of packs, and not a lot of people were wanting to do that. So it's really cool that they gave us an event card for Mankind. I think that's awesome, and I'm really happy about that. And I have the elite card done, and it was gold dust. Now I just want to talk about something real quick because I think they're trolling us with the rewards for each, like for the cards, because I think they're pretty crappy cards. The elite card was gold dust, which everyone knows is not a great card, not even a good card. Um, and then Luke Gallows is the ultimate card, and everyone knows Luke Gallows is not the greatest card either. So I don't know. It's interesting. I don't know what the other cards are for the lower tiers, like Harden and SummerSlam. I'm guessing they're not going to be great cards either. Luke Gallows is actually a pro for me, so that's awesome. He's not going to be much use for me. He will be useful for me in my RTG deck, so I will still pro him because obviously he still will be somewhat useful for me in that sense. So yeah, Luke Gallows will be a pro, and then obviously the final card is obviously the Mankind card. So pretty interesting stuff in that regards, but actually, anyways, I'm actually in a really good mood right now, and there's a couple reasons as to why I'm in a great mood right now. I guess before we get into those reasons and something else that we're gonna be talking about, I guess we can show you guys my King of the Ring update right now. Current situation is I am 29 and 2. I am in first place right now, and honestly, I'll probably finish in first place. I'm sure I'll get to the brackets in first place. I don't see anyone else catching up to me. I'm doing pretty decent right now, so crossing my fingers I can get to the brackets and be in first place seed. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not gonna predict anything because for whatever reason, every time I predict something, it never ends up happening. It's just my luck, I guess, with this game. But yeah, my current situation is 29 and 2, and honestly, one of those losses should not be like a thing. I should be 30 and 1 because I faced a guy named Gordon pretty early on. I think he's like in 8th place right now. Yeah, he's in 8th place. I don't think he should be in 8th place, and you'll see why in just a second. But I faced him early on. Yeah, I faced him when we were on game 6, and at the time I think he was 5 and 4, or not. Oh my God, 5 and 4. I don't. What was his record? Was he 3 and 3? Was he 2 and 4? He was either 3 and 3 or he was 2 and 4 at the time. And at the time when I saw that, I was like, okay, this guy's not doing that good. I probably don't have to energize because I energized the match before him. So I was like, okay, I probably shouldn't have to energize with this guy. So I didn't. And he ended up energizing, and he actually ended up beating me because he also has an Alexa Bliss, and he also has a Neville. So I'm not really sure how this guy's doing really bad in this King of the Ring. Like he's probably got one of the better decks compared to everyone. Obviously, my deck's better than his, but he does definitely have a great, like a fair, decent deck. So I'm confused how he's in 8th place. I'm just guessing he's not energizing that often. That's the only thing that really makes sense. Um, but it's going to be interesting if he finishes 8th place and I finish first place. There's a chance that he could take me out in the quarterfinals. I don't know. It'll be interesting. Maybe that's his whole plan. Maybe he just wants to take me out in the quarterfinals, so he's going to finish 8th place because he already has a win over me. So I don't know. It's kind of interesting, but yeah, he did beat me 3-2 in that situation. But other than that, we're doing pretty good, and I'm gonna hopefully get to finals. I shouldn't have an issue with that. I know that Jaziel and Otavio have some pretty good decks too, so it'll just have to come down to who I end up facing and what the matches get called and stuff like that. So it'll be interesting. And maybe in the next episode we'll be claiming our rewards. We're on game 32, so it depends on when I record the next episode, but um, yeah, that'll be interesting. But we are losing to this guy right now, 1-2. So this could be an interesting match. I could get another loss here somehow. Anyways, some interesting news was dropped yesterday regarding this game, and when I say interesting, man, I mean interesting because it's awesome news. And I kind of knew that there was going to be some sort of news getting dropped this week because throughout the last couple of weeks, the Supercard Twitter has been hinting towards like something happening this week because it is Royal Rumble weekend, and everyone kind of just thought that there was going to be something happening this weekend. And well, there's a new card coming this weekend that you are able to actually get other than the Mankind card, and it's Undertaker. Now, it's actually a big deal because everyone's been wanting an Undertaker card for a long time now since this season started a couple months ago. And the reason for that is because we don't have an Undertaker card in this game right now, other than obviously the throwback Undertaker that we got a month ago in the throwback packs. But like I said, when we got the Mankind card, a lot of people don't open packs and don't want to spend their credits and stuff on packs. So a lot of people weren't able to get him. I was lucky enough to get Undertaker in the throwback pack, and I'll pull him up right now just because why not? He's actually a really awesome card, and a lot of people weren't able to get him because, like I said, a lot of people don't like opening up packs that are that rare because you don't have a high chance of getting him in those packs because there's obviously tons of other things you could get, and I was fortunate enough to get him. But it is an Undertaker card, and it's an Ultimate tier. It's not a new tier. A lot of people were hoping they were going to drop a new tier. Um, I was hoping that too, but I definitely didn't have high hopes on it because I just don't see them giving us a new tier for a couple months at this point. I thought they were possibly going to give us fusions, but they ended up just going with a simple card, and I'm actually really happy that they did that. They didn't have to come out with a big update to satisfy us, and they instead went with a smaller gift that is pretty rewarding in my opinion. The card itself looks freaking awesome, and I'll put it down in the description if you guys want to check it out. And see exactly what I'm talking about. But the card itself is so beautiful, and honestly, the card itself didn't even have to be Undertaker, and I would have been sold on it because the card design is so nice. It's not like all the other designs we've been getting. It's a unique design. It's got like a bunch of fire and crap in the background, and it just fits Undertaker's theme so well, and I'm just so excited for it. The image too of Undertaker is a good image of him. I'm glad they went with that image, and it's actually pretty interesting on how you actually have to get him this weekend because it's quite interesting in my opinion, and I'm gonna be really interested to see how it's going to work. But basically, what they said is the way you get him is not by playing like a certain event for him. Basically, you pull him off the board. Now, that sounds pretty weird in itself. Basically, the only way you can get him is by getting lucky enough to pull him off the board. And you can do it in any of the game modes. You can play Royal Rumble, you can play Ring Domination, Wild Mode, Ranked Mode, any of the game modes that have board picks at the end of them, you can play and get him. And my strategy, I have two different strategies I'm going to be trying out. One strategy that I'm going to be trying out is the card is available to start getting on Friday, and I'm sure it's going to be like 3 a.m. on Friday. So that's the time it'll start like being available to get, and at that time is when I'm gonna obviously start grinding my ass off for it. And basically, the two strategies I'm gonna try is what I was gonna do initially was finish my ring domination and get that out of the way, but voice crack. I don't know if you guys heard that, but what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna get the first ultimate card done. So I'm gonna get Gold Dust and Luke Gallows finished tonight, and then when the time starts, when you're like available to start grinding for the Undertaker card, I'm gonna start grinding for the Mankind card on Ring Domination, because when you're playing Ring Domination, you get tons and tons of board resets. So that's gonna be a really good way to obviously try to get the Undertaker card. And then whenever I finish the Ring Domination, I'm gonna switch on over to Royal Rumble mode, because they actually are making it so that you can get double picks on Royal Rumble mode. And if you guys don't play Royal Rumble mode, this is the chance, this is the time to do it, because with double picks on, you get 24 draft picks each game. 24. Because in a normal Royal Rumble match, after each normal Royal Rumble match, you get 12 pulls. But if you have double picks on, that means you're going to get 24. So that's insane. And yes, Royal Rumble matches are a little bit longer than any of the other things. But 24 pulls after each game is going to be worth the wait and worth the while. So as long as you're patient and putting in the time for each match, you're going to get draft picks out the wazoo. Now, that's what I'm going to do. And, you know, if I do get bored of that, maybe I'll dumb my deck down in Ring Domination and go for, like, the hard-in card or something like that, so I can keep getting board resets really quickly. So that's basically the strategy that you want to do. You want to be playing a game mode that is quite efficient with draft picks. So you're probably going to be wanting to do Ring Domination or Royal Rumble mode, because those two game modes obviously will get you the most draft pulls and resets off the board. And I'm just real excited for this card, and I'm going to be grinding my ass off this weekend. And luckily I have no plans this weekend, because I'm not sure how hard he will be to get. That's the only thing I'm wondering, and that's kind of what I'm anticipating, is to see how many people are going to be getting him within the first day, and to see how hard he actually will be to get, because you actually have to pull him twice off the board if you want the pro. That's what they said. And you can also only get him in this weekend. He's a limited edition card, which I think makes this thing like that much better. Is the only time you can get him is this weekend. So it's gonna make that card that much better and that much more like cool to have. I'm just interested to see like how rare he will be to get off the board, because I don't know, it's gonna be interesting. And obviously we already have the Mankind event going on right now, so my guess is that they're gonna make Undertaker a little bit easier to get. Just because people that don't pay money to pay credits and stuff to have a little bit of an easier time, people like that need to be able to have a chance to get both cards. So my guess is it's not going to be that like insane. I wish it was insane to get him. Like I wish it would be really hard to get him. Like I wish you would have to grind and grind and grind, because it would just make it that much more rewarding when you get him, because obviously not that many people will have him. But I'm guessing come Monday there will be a lot of people that have the Undertaker Pro, and I don't know, it'll be interesting. But also one thing I do want to say real quick before I end the episode is my team is freaking hyped for this card, because as you guys can tell, I'm on a team that is kind of themed after The Undertaker, and by kind of I mean we are basically themed after The Undertaker, literally. Our name is Devil's Ministry. Our background is like a fiery hell, kind of like The Undertaker's theme is. And then obviously our freaking picture, or I guess champion of our team, is Undertaker. So it's going to be a big deal for us to try to get this card. And hopefully our team leader gets it, because then he'll be able to switch our image out for the newer card. And that'll be awesome. But yeah, that's going to be it for the episode, guys. I had a lot of like talking and stuff like that to get through, but you know, I felt like I really needed to say that in case you guys did not know, because if you are in Ultimate Tier, then you best be grinding this game this weekend to try to get him, because even if you only get one of him, it's going to be still cool to have, because like I said, it's a limited edition. so it won't be on the game forever. It's only going to be on the game for, I guess, like 3 days. So definitely recommend you get your boots on and start grinding for this card. And I'm just really excited. Also, I guess one more thing before I end the episode. I just ordered a PC a few days ago, and I'm actually so hyped for this computer because I've had a laptop for like 4 years now, and it's a great laptop. And I was fortunate enough to have my mom buy it for me when I don't even know how old I was, but it's been a while since I've had this laptop, and laptops do age, and they get pretty. They don't work as good as they did when you first got it. Let's just say that. And I've had this thing for years, and a lot of its data usage, RAM is getting filled. So I thought it was time that I get myself a PC because, like I said, I've never had a PC. I've never really um, had the money or like uh, thought to even get one because I'm not that big with technology. But I was lucky enough to have someone to help me out and look for a good PC that was worth the money too at the same time. And it's obviously probably not going to be here, get shipped to my house for like a week or two. That's just my guess. I'm not going to hope that it gets here quickly because it probably won't. But that is going to be something that I'm going to be waiting for the next week or two. Because once that PC comes in, the quality of my videos is just going to get that much better because my laptop kind of prevents me from getting some things that I want, but I just can't because I don't think my laptop will be able to handle it. Plus, I'll be able to start getting into PC gaming, and that's something I've wanted to do for a while now, but I just haven't been able to simply because my laptop is not the greatest laptop for running PC games. It used to be, but we're in a time now where that's not really a thing that I can really do. So I'm just really excited for that, and I just wanted to let you guys know about that. But yeah, I'm sure this video has been quite a long one. I had a lot of stuff I wanted to talk about and stuff like that. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And like I always say, if you guys are enjoying this series, don't be afraid to show your support by dropping a like and subscribing if you have not already. And if you guys ever want to contact me, Twitter is the best way to do it. And if you guys ever want to chat with me, ask me questions, or any of that, my Twitter link will be down in the description below. If you do not have a Twitter, I know some of you guys may not. You can also comment down in the comment section. I check that on a daily basis. Also, I'm pretty sure I get notifications to my phone if you comment on my videos, so I will be able to check that out if you ever do that. But yeah, hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys later.